Consistency is key. We are going to be marking up zones today, along with the 2.5.100 beginner strategy that I've been using. Check out my other videos, you can check that out. We're going to be using the Ultimate Money Manager again today. If you haven't seen any of my videos, you're missing out. Check out the Ultimate Money Manager videos. Watch a few of them. It's been great. Right now, we just got our very first win of our current sit down session today. So that is good. Let's bring in the Ultimate Money Manager and let's talk about what we're doing today. So I started with 260 and 54 cents. I want to win 3 out of 12. I'm going to choose 92% payouts, and my target is $7, which is 2 levels. So this is your daily goal. This is what you start with. This is what you enter, what's in your PO account. This is what you want to win in a day. So you can change this up 3 out of 12, 4 out of 12, whatever it might be. It's going to change your percentage over here for you. I like to target around 1%. And then, because if you lose a couple, then it's going to compound, right? My stop loss is at 15%. So if my account hits 221, it will light up red and I'm done for the day. When you hit your stop loss, you are done for the day. Shut her down, get out of there. Figure it out tomorrow. You're not in the right headspace. You're not looking at the charts properly, whatever the case may be. All right, let's talk back to winning. So my goal is to earn $7, which is 2 levels, which is a total of around 2.73%. The reason why I say that is because if I get 2 wins here, then I'm only going to be about 2.10%, because you can't bet under $1. So with all that being said, we did hit our first win. So we've completed level 1. Gonna go ahead and reset this. What is my new balance? 263.05, 263.05. And what's our new starting point? 276. So we go ahead and we enter 276 and we are ready for our next trade. Today we are going to be setting up some support and resistance levels. So we're going to create some zones that we are going to want to trade within, okay? So not only does this strategy work great already, it's an already great strategy. I have had countless videos of this strategy showing positive wins on all of these live tradings, okay? So this is all be me live trading showing you. All right. So you saw the first win there. What happened there? Well, we got in right about here. The stochastic oscillator was oversold on the 3-minute chart. So on this side, I have it set to the 5-minute chart right now, actually. So on the 5-minute chart, it was showing oversold. And we are under the 100. We are on a downward trend. So because we are at the top of the stochastic oscillator, again, around the 85, we went ahead and took a sell, to which all of this red candles were created, all right? So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to some charts and we're gonna look at some support and resistance. So we're gonna change this. We're gonna look at these charts right here. So on this side, I have the 30-second candles. So standard candles type, standard 30-second. Over here, this is set to the M5, standard candles again. I'm gonna bet on this side. I'm not gonna bet on this side. I'm just using this for confirmation. I'm gonna go ahead and bet on this side. So what do you see that's happening right now? Well, we are on the 5-minute. Let's change this to the 3 so that we can get an idea where we're at. So the 3-minute, we are coming up to a bunch of resistance here. And if you look at this on the 30-second chart, we are way outside the Bollinger Bands, and we are shooting up like a shooting star. Wow, look at that thing go. So since we are way outside the Bollinger Band, that's going to close. We're going to go ahead and take this for a 1-minute sell. Here we are trying to catch this on a reversal. I'm going to go ahead and light up some zones here so we can see sort of what we're doing and why we want to get into this. But essentially, let's go ahead and throw in some zones here so we can see. We want to get our horizontal line. Okay, we want to punch that horizontal line right there. That is a resistance line right there. And you can see that we've punched up through this. And this is potentially going to be a loss. So let's go ahead and enter an L here, because 471 is our next trade. And I'm going to try it 4.71, 471, 471. We're going to go ahead and do another sell. So again, why am I doing this? Well, we are way over top of the current resistance level and way outside the stochastic oscillator, way outside the Bollinger Bands. We closed way outside the Bollinger Bands. There's the first one that was an L, so we went ahead and add 4.71, which is what we have right here, 4.71. And it looks like we may be going towards the next resistance, which is that one right there. So let's go ahead and make another. That right there's the next level. So that's our zone there. We went ahead, we jumped up there, we almost touched it. And we got 17 seconds left to see if this one comes back down, but this one could be a loss as well. And that's okay. What do? We enter an L here. What's our next? 787. So let's go ahead with the next. Let's get our next one ready. 7.87. That's what that said, 787. Okay, so we went ahead. Look at, we're approaching that zone again. It's trying to, but it's not going to make it. So we're going to take this for a sell. So why do we go ahead and go for another sell on this one? Well, look at these wicks right here. So these wicks indicate that the sellers are saying that we are oversold. This is too expensive for us, so we're going to try and pull this back down, which is what we're seeing here with this big red candle. And with the 2-5-100 EMA strategy, we want to make sure, see this 2 MA and the 5 MA, we want to get this 2 to come down underneath the 5, the stochastic oscillator split there. So we got 25 seconds. Let's see if this is actually going to keep on pushing up. And then if it is, we're just going to switch charts. So we're going to go ahead. There's another L. So let's go ahead and hit a loss there. Okay, 1277. We are going to enter 12.77. And now that we are approaching the next zone, okay, we are going to go and we're just going to watch this for a second because we are way oversold, way oversold, way oversold. 1277. Yeah, this is coming back down. We're going to let that jump back up. Yeah, way oversold, way oversold. We're going to do a 2-minute here. We're going to catch this outside. Look at this, way outside the Bollinger Bands, way out over top of its latest resistance. We're touching that resistance. Let's go ahead and add another line so you can see that. So this is our resistance level here. So this is the resistance, the latest resistance that we saw was right here. So we are, look at that, way outside the zone. So we are at the highest it's been over the past, well, pretty well for the day. So this is the high for the day. And we have 30 seconds in, so we're a minute and a half. We went ahead and took a 2-minute sell, and let's watch this one come back down. So again, with the Ultimate Money Manager, you can see here that we had 3 losses in a row. So we started with 276, which was 1%. And look how the Ultimate Money Manager just tells us what to do. It shows us exactly where we are, how much have we lost today. So again, look at, we started at 263. We are down 260, 255, 247. And then again with this 12-minute, with this 1277 entry right here. And if this will continue on the downward trend, then we'll go ahead and get a win here. But again, with all of these indicators, with all of this market structure, with all of this knowledge, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is all guaranteed. We're just using these as confirmations to help us make decisions and help us get into these trades. So again, look at these big wicks here. Sellers are pulling it down and they're saying, no, this is way oversold. And we got 20 seconds left here to see. Look at this is the 3-minute chart here. Yeah, 3-minute chart, way outside the stochastic oscillator or the Bollinger Bands. And here we are bringing this back down. We got 9, 8, 7 seconds left, 5, 4, again, 3, 2, 1, and there's a win. All right, so that's how that works. You know what? This is why I love the Ultimate Money Manager. This is why I love showing you these trades, because this Ultimate Money Manager tool right here just takes the guesswork out. it just helps you to not have to worry about how much are you going to bet, so that you can stay on track for when you have losses. You don't want to use martingale where you're just doubling and doubling and doubling. Because if I was doubling that, I would have already hit my stop loss for the day, but I'm not. I'm using this. Look at, I was only down 4.5%, 4.85% when I had that win. Okay. So what's our new entry right here? 613. So we got to win 3 out of 12. So I won 1. We got to win 3 out of 12. So that's 613. So now we're going to enter 613. 613. And if we look at this chart, what are we doing with this chart? How is this chart looking? Well, we are way oversold on the 3-minute chart. And this is sputtering up. Okay, let's go find another chart. Let's go set up another chart so that you can get an idea. Actually, before that, let's go through our settings. So this is going to be our settings. Let's go through this. So we have a couple moving averages. We have the 2 SMA, and that's the white one, 2 pixel. We have the teal one, which is 5 SMA. We use that one a lot. And then we have the 100 SMA, which is the red one. And that just gives us a trend. So are we above or are we below? So if we're below, we're selling. If we're above, we're buying. And you can see that we've been above for a while here. So, and then we have the Bollinger Band. So the Bollinger Bands is set at 20, deviation 2. And I turn off the middle, and then I made the purple, the top and the bottom are purple. And then down here we have the stochastic oscillator, which is set to 533. And it's an 85 and a 15. So the reason why I set it to 5 is because we are doing quick trades. And then this shows a fast period. And then styles, this normally shows up at 80 and 20. I change it to 85 and 15. And this just brings that difference a little bit wider. So if I'm at 85 and 15, I'm way outside oversold and overbought. So that's what I like to do with that. So we're just going to go ahead and hide that now. So that was the settings. AutoCAD, AUD CAD. This is the M3. We are outside the Bollinger Bands here. We have AutoCAD. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we have a new chart here that we're looking at, and let's see where we're at in the chart. So on the 3-minute, this was a huge uptrend that you can see right here, that we've come down and we've touched the 100. And excuse me. So if you look at this big downtrend right here, this is what this is right here. So this was a big uptrend here. And now we had this massive push down. And so let's go ahead and draw in some lines here so we can get an idea of where we're at. So let's go ahead and put in a couple horizontal lines here. So let's see where this takes us. So what are we looking at here? So this is the M3. So this is the 3-minute. Each of these candles is 3 minutes. We've come and touched the 100. And so usually when you touch the 100 and you are on an uptrend, we are going to go ahead and get in for a 1-minute buy. Sorry, the stochastic oscillator shows that we are oversold here. Looks like we're coming down to touch the 100 MA. And let's see. So this is our low here, but this is our next level. So we're just gonna wait for this to touch. Okay, here we go. So this touched, and then we had a small little consolidation and confirmation right here. Let's go ahead and duplicate this so I can show you. This was our support right here. So we went through, this was our support here. This was our new support here. We're dancing off it, dancing off it, dancing off it. And then we are, the 2 is now across the 5. We have a split with the blue on the stochastic oscillator. Also another confirmation on the 3-minute doing the same thing. So we have 29 seconds left with this trade, and let's go ahead and wait to see what this does. But again, all things considered, all of the indicators look good, but again, that doesn't necessarily always mean that we are in for a profitable trade. So hence what we have here. We had another push down. So let's just wait for that. 5, 4, 3, 2-1. Okay, let's go ahead. So there's a loss. So let's put in another L here. What are we at? 1096. So we enter 1096. And now we are below. We are almost at the next level of resistance. Down, down, down. We're going to go ahead and, okay. So why do we get into this one now? So we had a wick that came down here at the bottom. So you see this big wick here. And what that means is, yes, the sellers were pulling it down, but buyers are saying, hey, this is way too low now. We are way oversold, and this should be coming back up. And with this huge downtrend here, you can see all the sellers pulling it down. And then we hit our 100 moving average, to which we use that as some confirmation to then again to get this to buy this on the way up. So we got 15 seconds left on this trade, 13.12. And we have the 2 crossing the 5. We have the split in the stochastics. And we'll just give this a second. 3, 2, 1. And there's another win. So we bring the Ultimate Money Manager back in and we got a win. Now our last, so we have to win 3 out of 12, right? So we have $3.51. And if we complete this, this trade, that will give us our about 2.73% for the day, because our goal is to have 2 levels completed. So we need 1 more win to complete this level. So we'll go ahead and we'll enter 3.51. So we are ready. And this chart actually looks pretty good. We were low, low, low. We were way low here. And this is now a big bullish green candle. And so we are going to go ahead and take this same chart, and we are going to jump on the back of this big green candle right here that shows a lot of momentum coming off the bottom. And you can see the momentum in the stochastics. You can see the split from the 2 to the 5, that's showing big momentum. And over here on the 3-minute chart, we got split, but with the stochastics, the blue and the orange again. So again, all things considered, this is why we're getting into this trade. This is why we're taking this trade up. This is why we're buying. We are at the bottom. We are using our indicators to follow this market trend. But as you can see, that even though we have the bright indicators, we never know where this is going to go, because this is trading and this happens. So we have a loss. So let's go ahead and enter in an L. 732. 732 is our next bet. 7.332. Oops. 7.32. Okay, so this is toying around here, hanging out. This is doing some consolidation at the bottom. It's hitting this sort of this support line right here. And look we got all these big wicks, and it just doesn't want to break down below. And so it still wants to push up. I can see that it still wants to push up. Just give it a second here. Okay, we're just watching this right here, because this is hanging out around the bottom of this chart. And we're just going to give this a second to hang out. It feels like it wants to go down even further. And it's really getting a lot of consolidation in this zone right here. And so we're just going to let that. Okay. So why am I getting into this trade again? Well, again, we're hanging out in this zone. It's doing a whole lot of consolidation at the bottom of this chart. And what I mean by that is when you look at this area right here, so this is the 3-minute, we have a whole lot of consolidation of this, of this down movement here. And it's touching this 100 and it's saying, hey, I don't want to go any further. I want to bounce off of this. And I should be buying. You buyers should be kicking in and pulling me up because I'm low. And so we can kind of see that right there with this huge green candle. We have this big push up. And this may now finally break this level right here because we've come up, we've touched. Sellers kept pulling it down, sellers kept pulling it down. And this could very well finally make its way up and keep going up and to the right. And 3, 2, 1, and there's another win. So here we go. We bring over the Ultimate Money Manager. And so we wanted to gain $7, but we didn't. We ended up with about $3.50. And we wanted to get to 7. So this is a Monday evening. And so sometimes trading on a Monday can be difficult. But again, either way, live session for you to see how this works. This is not perfect by any means, but if you stick with a strategy and you have a tool like the Ultimate Money Manager, it makes things so much easier, so less stressful, so less emotional, right? That's what this does. That's what this tool does. Okay, so what did we end up there? So we ended up, let's bring our calculator in so we can get an idea. So our calculator says, so we are at 266.52 and we divide that by what we started at, which was we started at 260? Yeah, 260. And then so we want to times that by 100 and then minus 100. And that shows that we got 2.51%. So almost, like I said, a little under 2.73, but in the grand scheme of things, 2.51% in a day is phenomenal. The reason why I say that is because if you want to use the Ultimate Money Manager and the 90-day growth chart, so you would have started with 260 and your daily goal is, let's call it 2%. Well, you're going to get this compounding effect right here, where this is going to compound for you and it's going to continually show you what compounding looks like. And if you go to the 90-day, so we started at 260 and maybe you want to earn, 70% per month. Well, look how fast this compounds. So if you did 3 or 4% per day, times that by 20 days, you're at your 70% per month. And look how fast this compounds. So, your $260 after 3 months is $1,200. You're making $526 a month. That's just because you are going to continue to compound. You are going to continue to use the Ultimate Money Manager. You are going to follow along with this excellent beginner strategy. And then when you add on learning how to move these yellow lines, learning how to use these horizontal lines, these vertical lines, these ranges, okay, then that will allow you to set up zones. And when you get within a zone, check your confirmation. So you're going to check, where are we in the stochastic oscillator? Where are we in the Bollinger Bands? Where's the 2MA, the 5MA, the 100MA? And then are you in the zone? So this is not rushed trading, right? This is us using calculated information to create the outcome that we're looking for. And there we did it. We did it. We did it with the Ultimate Money Manager. So again, appreciate you stopping by. Head on over to the Telegram group. I have a lot of people in there that are using the Ultimate Money Manager, the strategies that are on my YouTube channel, to better improve their trading journey. Okay, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You want to earn 2-3% per day, 3, 4, 5 days a week. All right, that's an easy way for you to get to 50% per month. You start with 300, you end a month with 450. The following month, you're at $600-700, then $1,100, then $1,500-1,700, and before you know it, you're making $100 a day, and that becomes supplemental income. $100 a day, 4 days a week, $400 a week, $1,600 a month. You add that up real quick. That's a quick $20,000-30,000 per year. That's what you need to be looking at. What do I need to earn daily so I can get a monthly income replacement? And if that means $50 a day, what is $50 a day? What are you going to start with? What do you got to enter? What do you got to earn? You can do all of that with the Ultimate Money Manager. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.